welcome to Neighborhood Church Rocky Railway VBS. We are so excited to be riding the rails with you this week, so grab your bags and hang on tight as we begin our adventure through the Bible. All aboard!
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. Make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you.
Wow. I heard some commotion last night around the rail yard about a rock slide that happened. Ugh, that could be really bad. I wonder if there's anyone around here who knows what happened last night. Oh, excuse me, sir. Do you work here?
Do I work here? Friend, I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. In fact, I don't just work on trains, I drive the trains. My name's Cam Track. I'm an engineer on the railroad here.
Nice to meet you, Cam. I'm conductor Nikki. Wow, an engineer with a name like Cam Track. You must really like trains.
When you know trains as well as I do, they become a part of you.
Wow, that's really deep. Anyways, I heard something about a rock slide that happened last night.
You heard right. Last night some huge boulders rolled down the mountain and landed right on track.
Wow, that could really cause some problems.
It can. Good thing I'm here to take care of it.
Are you sure you're strong enough to move all of these big boulders?
I don't think. I know.
Okay, why don't we start with one of these small ones then? We'll warm up.
Easy peasy. Oh, you might want to stand back just in case this thing goes flying. It's useless. It's just too hard.
Well, it's actually funny that you mentioned that, Cam, because today we're learning that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. You know, we all have to do really hard things sometimes, like study for a really big test at school or stand up to a mean bully on the playground. Sometimes our mom isn't feeling good and we have to help her, or sometimes our best friend moves away and...
Whoa.
Oh,
What are you doing? We already established I'm not strong enough.
well, that's okay, Cam. I'm not strong enough to do any of these things by myself either, but we don't have to be. We have a friend who is. Jesus. He is powerful in every single way, and he can help us with things that are hard on the inside too. Jesus' power really does help us do hard things. And when life seems really heavy, Jesus is always there to share the load.
Sounds like this Jesus guy's a nice guy to be friends with. Well, I gotta go figure out a way to get all these rocks off the track. Maybe Jesus could give me the right ideas to know what to do.
I'll tell you what, Cam, when I'm all done here, I'll come help you and maybe we can figure it out together.
That sounds great. See ya.
Bye.
Hi, travelers. I'm Engineer Nancy. We have a lot of engineers here at Rocky Railway. You met Cam. I can drive the train through some pretty tricky terrain, like the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains goes through 6 states: Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. And when you're going through those states, you want to keep your eyes out for the bighorn sheep. They're the ones with the big curly horns that can weigh up to 30 pounds. They use them to protect their territory. You can have 2 bighorn sheep and they'll have a battle and run at each other at 40 miles an hour. That's a big crash. God also gave them some special hooves at the bottom of their legs that are split and have rough skin that can help them stick to rocks. They use that when they're trying to escape their enemies, the cougar and the coyote. They'll go up the high mountains, they'll get down to a tiny, tiny little ledge, and they'll stand there to be protected. This is what God has given them so that they can do hard things. Jesus' power helps us to do hard things. What hard things do you need to be able to do? Is it to listen to your mother? Is it to do your chores? Is it to do your homework? Is it to be nice when you don't feel like being nice? Paul said that he learned a secret how to be happy no matter what was going on in his life, whether he was well-fed or hungry, whether he had everything he needed or nothing he needed at all. He said the secret is, I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That's Philippians 4:13. That's the secret we want to remember. We want to give you Ramsey the Ram so that you can remember what's on our schedule today. Jesus' power helps us to do hard things. And also remember the secret. I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Well, I have to stay on schedule and go take a train through the Rocky Mountains. I'll see you tomorrow.
Almost got it. Oh, hey guys. Hi. Hey, I'm Pastor Lorena, and I'm trying to learn how to spin a basketball on my finger. You ever try that? I've been trying for a couple of weeks. Actually, like a couple of months. Ugh. Whoa. Actually, my whole entire life, and I can't get it. I give up for now. Oh. We all have things that seem too hard for us to do, like big jobs, things that are challenging, new things we've never done before. But you know what? Jesus' power helps us do hard things. In today's Bible story, we're learning about a man named Ananias who had to do something very hard. This story is found in the Bible book of Acts, chapter 9. As I tell you the story, if you're tracking with Jesus' Bible book, you can see the pictures as I tell you about it. Acts chapter 9. So this man, Ananias, was a follower of Jesus. And one day he was home, just hanging out. Maybe he was reading the newspaper or sweeping the floor when he heard the Lord call him, Ananias. And he said, "Yes, Lord." And this is what the Lord told him. "Go to the house of Judas on Straight Street and ask for a man from Tarsus named Saul, for he is praying. In a vision, he has seen a man named Ananias come and place his hands on him to restore his sight. God was asking Ananias to do something very hard. See, Saul wasn't a nice guy. He was a scary man. He hated Jesus' followers, and he was going after them and putting them in jail, and some of them tossing them into the grave. So Ananias was like, wait a minute, what are you asking me? And so this is what Ananias told the Lord. I have heard many reports about this man and all the harm he has done to your holy people in Jerusalem. And he has come here with authority from the chief priest to arrest all who call on your name. So, in other words, Ananias was like, no way. But you know what? Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And just like Philippians 4:13 says, for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. And Jesus did help Ananias. Ananias went over to where Saul was staying, and he walked in. He said, Brother Saul. What a difference. He went from being afraid of Saul to calling him brother, because God helped him to do this hard thing of realizing now that Ananias was part of God's family and loving him. So he went, he welcomed him, called him brother, and then he laid his hands on him and he prayed for him. And when Ananias prayed for him, the Spirit of God filled Saul, and then Saul was able to see. Because see, when Saul was on the road to Damascus, he met Jesus. And Jesus met him with a bright light, and that had blinded Saul. So for 3 days, Saul had been blind. So when Ananias came and prayed for Saul, Saul was able to see again. And from that day on, Saul did many wonderful things for Jesus. But Jesus' power helped Ananias do this hard thing. Now, you guys, I know, are probably going through some hard things right now. And if you haven't yet, sometime, someday in life, you are going to go through hard things. Maybe right now you're wondering, oh man, when is this virus going to go away? Or you're disappointed because summer isn't the same as summer's always been. And so that's hard for you to get through. I know that. For me, not having you here at Vacation Bible School in person, that's a hard thing for me. But you know what? Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And when you face that hard situation, ask Jesus for help. Why don't we do that right now? Dear Jesus, we thank you for always being with us and for helping us do the hard things. Give us the courage that we need to do what you've asked us to do. If it's sharing your love with someone, if it's doing something kind or having a positive attitude, help us to do that, Lord. In your name we pray, amen. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Whoa, you know what? In the meantime, I'm going to try to see if I can spin this basketball. I'm going to keep trying. Maybe I can do it with my Bible under my shoulder there. All right, see you later. Bye.
Feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power, yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and he is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop. I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's
Hi, travelers. This is our gizmo for today, the off-rail rotor. They're super cool, so if you want to figure out how to make one, stick around for a video showing you how. Watch this.
Welcome to Imagination Station. I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to see what incredible things we'll discover about Jesus' power this week. We're going to have so much fun together. But before we get started, I need to ask you something. Who brought their imagination today? I was worried you might forget your imagination since this is the first day of VBS. So I was talking to my friend Ramsey. I think you met my friend Ramsey earlier, right? Well, Ramsey is a Bighorn sheep, and he told me that him and his friends love living in the Rocky Mountains. The mountains are so beautiful, and the scenery is so spectacular. But Ramsey said that sometimes it's kind of hard to live in the mountains, especially in the winter when it snows. That's when Ramsey's sure-footed feet come in handy. Ramsey's feet help him do hard things, like walk on slippery, snowy mountains. Even when it snows, Ramsey knows that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. There, that's better. I think your imaginations are up and running now. And that's a good thing, because each day at Imagination Station, you'll get to be part of fun activities and experiments that help us discover more about Jesus' power. And you'll get to play with an awesome, science-y, fun gizmo every day. We'll get to our first activity in a minute. But first, I have another question for you. How long do you think it takes a baby bighorn sheep to be able to walk and climb as well as its mother? Does it take 6 weeks or 1 day? Think about that and decide on your answer. Okay, I need a loud drum roll before I reveal the answer. Make a drum roll with me. And the answer is, a baby bighorn can walk and climb as well as its mother within just 1 day. Imagine that. Let's get back on track. Grab some paper and a marker to make your own train tracks. Draw a train track from one end of the paper to the other. You can draw mountains and trees, streams if you want, and curve it through the Rocky Mountains. You can even add fun stickers if you have some. I'll give you a moment. Have fun. Today, we're discovering that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. You know, sometimes we all have to do hard things, and we may not understand why. We may not be able to control what's happening. Our lives seem to be going in all different directions. Let's see what that's like. This is my off-rail roller. Go ahead and grab your off-rail roller pieces, and I'll lead you through how to put it together. To assemble your off-rail roller, first lay out all of the pieces. You should have 2 black circular pieces. One has a flat side. The other has a bump in the middle. You'll have 2 straws, a long straw and a short straw, a rubber band, and a paper clip from home. The first step is to thread the rubber band through the paper clip. This paper clip is going to act as a needle. It should look like this. Take the black piece with the bump on the outside and using the paper clip, thread the rubber band through the hole. You should have the rubber band coming out one side and a paper clip coming out the other. Grab your large straw and pull it through the rubber band. Using the paper clip, pull until the straw is flat against the outside and stays in place. Then take the other black piece, the flat circle. Use the paper clip to thread again through the hole. Push the two black pieces together until they snap in the middle. Then pull the paper clip and the rubber band apart. Be sure to keep one finger in the rubber band so you can thread the short straw. When you're finished, it should look just like this: a long straw on the side with a bump and a short straw on the flat side. Now pick up your off-rail roller, holding the short side in your hand, wind the long straw. Do it several times. The more you wind it, the longer it will go. And we're off the rails. Take a few minutes and experiment with your off-rail roller. You might want to try it on some different surfaces. You could even try to keep it on your paper track. After a few minutes, you'll hear the train whistle when it's time to come back. Have fun! Take your off-rail roller and put it inside a baggie. If you happen to have a Try This at Home sticker, it will help you remember today's Bible point, that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you back again next time at Imagination Station.
We've had a great first day at Rocky Railway. Thanks for celebrating Jesus' power with us. We can't wait until tomorrow for another day of adventure, discovery, and excitement with all of you. Have a good day now. Watch your step, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Take it easy. Oh, watch your step, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.